Welcome back to color class, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how your hair color can completely change your color analysis. And I'm going to be showing you one of our clients that we recently did. Now, we hear this a lot. Even though your hair color changes, your color analysis doesn't change. Well, there are two different ways to go down this road when it comes to color analysis. There's one way where you can get a color analysis done and they will say, okay, here are your recommended hair colors. This is what you should have done. These are the colors that you need to stick with. Cool. We do that. We match it based off your skin tone, your eye color, and we build your hair color around that. And that's one way you can go down a color analysis road. The other way is if you dye your hair. If you want to wear colored contacts, if you want to warm up your skin time in the summer, if you like to go lighter and highlight your hair in the summertime versus in the wintertime, you like to go a little bit darker, perfect. We also build palettes based off that. We build palettes based off changing your look. Say you get permanent makeup done. Say you love to just warm up overall in the summertime. I know most of my friends get their highlights, they go a little bit lighter, their skin tone gets a little bit warmer, so it changes their color. And that is perfectly fine because we will build your custom palette based off that. But here's the thing. When you go down that road, dyeing your hair does change your coloring because here at Color Class, we look at what we can see. What do we see right now is your current hair color. We see your current skin tone. We see your current eye color. Now, if you do a custom color portfolio with us, we will ask things like, do you warm up in the summertime? Do you dye your hair? What colors do you dye your hair? What colors would you like to dye your hair if you want to dye your hair or if you want to know your best colors? We will ask all of these things and we will adjust based off that. But today, we're strictly talking about a client who came to us, Monika. At the beginning of your color analysis, when you get your initial email, we will be asking you to fill out a questionnaire. In this questionnaire, we ask a ton of questions, everything that you can think of really. But one of the questions is, give us more information about your hair. And she says, naturally, she is a medium warm red. And the photos we got, we were thinking, that color is not medium warm red. We see a platinum blonde. She indeed dyes her hair platinum blonde, and she does not want to dye her hair anything else because platinum blonde matches her personality, and it really does. After meeting Monika, we were like, oh, you're right. Platinum blonde does match your personality. It's who you are, and we will figure out how to make the palette work for you. Now, this was kind of easy because Monika has these beautiful eyes, and she also has more of a neutral skin tone. So luckily with that neutral skin tone, we were able to adjust her palette. Now, this is the thing that differs from us towards other color analysts. If Monika was walking down the street, you would see a woman with platinum blonde hair. What you wouldn't see is a woman with medium red hair. So we take that medium red hair out of the equation. We keep it in the back of our mind because we want to look at her other features. Do her other features have the warmth that her medium red hair does? Yes. So we do have to think about, all right, how is this platinum blonde going and affecting the way her eye color looks? Also, how is this platinum blonde affecting how her skin tone looks? Both of those things need to be taken into consideration. That's why we bother you so much about giving us all the details during our questionnaire. When looking at somebody, hair is such a determining factor of their palette because it takes up so much real estate unless you do not have hair or you have facial hair. Those things slightly change, and that is for another video before I go off topic. But your hair takes up a lot of real estate, and it is framing your face. And the goal of color analysis is to have people looking at your face. So we are building a frame using your hair and your eyes and your skin tone. And since your hair is such a big portion, imagine changing that. Imagine changing this huge factor that goes into your color analysis and doing a 180. What's going to happen? Your colors are going to change, most likely, unless it's small little tweaks here and there, then you won't have as big of a change. But we can now look at Monika and say, okay, here's how the platinum blonde will adjust versus a warm red hair color. Her complexion is going to change. Her eye color is going to change because color finds color. So all those temperatures between warm and cool are going to switch. The platinum blonde is going to make her eyes go a little bit cooler. It's going to make her hair look a little bit cooler or warmer, depending on whatever hair color she has. Now, her hair color is going to adjust all of these other tones on her. So we need to be mindful of how we are adjusting her overall landscape. Are we looking for shades that are going to soften? Are we looking for shades that are going to warm? Do we need more contrast? Do we need more lightness? Well, that's when we look at the 6 dominant characteristics. And that platinum blonde hair is a clear color. So what happens when we have clear hair? I would say mid-contrast eyes that can deserve a pop because of her such clear coloring. And we also did talk to her about her skin tone. So it was important because we added all this clarity. We wanted to match the clarity and skin tone. And she already says when she goes out, she likes to wear makeup. She likes to wear a bold lip. Some of the photos she sent us already had a bold lip in it. So we're like, okay, she knows she's upping her contrast. This is perfect because what we need to do is build contrast for Monika because that hair has so much clarity. So now we have this high contrast, clear palette that looks stunning on her, but there are some adjustments we need to make. One thing we talked about was brows. We needed to increase the clarity of her brows, which of course she already said she was doing that because a lot of our photos we get are no makeup. So brows was another thing. Lip color was another thing. Utilizing makeup to create that clarity. Foundation can be used to create clarity because if you think about somebody who is soft, the makeup shades become softer, the skin tone becomes softer, but somebody who is high contrast and very clear, they have a very stark point between their hair and their skin. So using makeup, a bit of a heavier coverage will create that contrast that we need. But Monika was completely on board, and a lot of what we were saying she was already doing to create that contrast for her. And this platinum blonde hair, which she says matches her personality, and it really does. So clarity became her defining feature. So we had to build a palette that was clear and balanced for her because what we didn't want to do is just shove her into a clear winter. It wasn't perfect for her because there was still a bit of warmth. So what we did was we pulled her into a clear and balanced palette. So you're going to see a lot of clear balanced shades, which means Monika did not fit into a typical 16, 12, 4 seasons, 6 dominant characteristics palettes. She fell into this in-between territory with clarity. So this palette was absolutely stunning. And she was so excited because she had been getting color analyzed over and over as all these different things with her platinum blonde hair, with her brown hair, and nothing was working for her. She was saying that the shades just did not look good on her. And she was finding that these certain shades were. And so when we started showing her a palette, she's like, yes, that's what I wear. That's what I love. So if you were looking for a palette that is custom to maybe a hair color you love that you want, we love to experiment. So if you are somebody that likes to dye your hair and have been told, oh, you are a warm spring, but you need to dye your hair, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to do something a little bit different, and we're going to look at what colors do you like to wear? What do you feel confident in? How do you reflect? So that is a part of our color analysis that we can create for you. Granted, we are absolutely happy to do what your best hair color is, but we also love creating palettes for somebody who is in between seasons, for somebody who might be balanced, somebody who might be mid contrast. It's a lot more of a challenge, but we love a challenge. It pushes us to look at people's uniqueness and build for that. And it also has made us realize what is missing in the color analysis world. It's not this thing from back in the day that your season never changes because so many advancements have happened. We have also learned over time how people soften. Your hair color softens, your eye color can soften, your skin tone softens. There are so many things now at play that we need to be mindful of when we are creating palettes for others. So Monika, if you are watching, we absolutely love the challenge you gave us. We called her our Hollywood bombshell because that's exactly what she look like. So we always say trust your instincts because you usually know where your best colors lie because that's when you get the compliments. That's when you get the excitement from others. You look fantastic. You look healthy. You look radiant. Not so much, oh, that color is fantastic, because that usually might be an indication that it's just a little too intense for you. So just be mindful of that. But also, if you were interested in a custom color portfolio with us, check them out on our website. Last thing I have to mention is Patreon and YouTube members. If you would like to join our group, Patreon is like a group of all of us color fans that want to talk, that want to learn, that just want to chat about color. We are over there discussing everything and in between with color. So I highly recommend, especially if you want to learn more about your coloring, check that out. I also want to mention, if you want to support us here on YouTube, that is amazing. You can become a YouTube member, I believe. Yes, but you can also subscribe and do all those other things like, comment, share, because they do help us out. And lastly, thank you for joining us. I'm Sarah. This has been another color class, and I'll see you in our next video.